all those who want to start something on their own, and age is not a barrier for that. As Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar ji says, reality can only be restricted by your imagination.
Aradhitta came to me and said, Mom, I have time right now. I want to do this project. I want to support an NGO. I said, you're too small. And there's too much work involved and there's so much time commitment. And, with COVID, the delivery problems. And I mean, there are a wide range of things that you have to think and deal with.
These girls are so passionate and so hardworking, and they're ready to learn so much that they really do deserve the opportunity to empower themselves and their family, and eventually that will help our country as well.
That urge to reach out to others, to share your goodness and what we are blessed with to others, and that is so beautiful to see.
Now the next hour I'm just going to be in this happy, like you say, happy meditative state. And I think that really helps her with her exams, and she's been doing, touch with God's grace, she's been doing phenomenally well. So I think somewhere the art of living is also helping her get the grades that she's been getting.
I think that it really, really does help me. Like Mom said, I can't sit for an exam without doing. And it really calms me down, and it allows me to recollect everything that I had learned when I am writing the paper without worrying about what I had revised before the paper. And that allows me to concentrate and focus much, much better.
I would love to know how you actually went about it. I mean, this is a big initiative. Like Dinesh said, I don't think I did or even dreamt of doing something like this when I was 14.
What healthy, nutritious eating is. Like, a lot of people are still hesitant to switch to these healthy, nutritious treats. They still want to stick with what they're already eating. And changing that mindset and raising awareness about that is, I think, very is a challenge for me as well.
So hi everyone, and welcome to BND TV and what promises to be a very interesting tete-a-tete, a chit-chat. This will be very helpful for teenagers, for moms and dads, and for all those who want to start something on their own, and age is not a barrier for that. As Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar ji says, reality can only be restricted by your imagination. So we have someone who's full of imaginations and creative ideas and brilliant logistical planning, execution, mind. So can I request Nisheeta to introduce?
Thank you. And it's really such a pleasure to have Aradhitta Goenka with us today. Aradhitta is the founder of the Miracle Project, and she's 14 years old, studies at Bombay International School. And I think there's two things that all our viewers must know. The first is that Aradhitta and her mother, Navyata, actually, Navyata, it would be lovely if our viewers could see you. Wonderful. Both Aradhitta and her mother, Navyata, have been practicing the Sudarshan Kriya ardently for over a year now. Is that right, Navyata?
2 years for me, but a year for Aradhitta.
Wonderful. And the second is that I actually got to know Aradhitta very well through her cookies. And I have to tell you that they are literally the best cookies that I have ever tasted in the world. And trust me, I'm extensively traveled, very extensively traveled, haven't hit the Arctic as yet, but we're not, polar bears don't eat cookies anyway. But Aradhitta's cookies are truly the best. And I cannot understand how a cookie can taste so good and yet be healthy at the same time. Aradhitta, what do you call it? Back to roots?
Yes.
Tell us more about that.
But that's such a sweet introduction to Aradhitta through her cookies.
Thank you so much, Nisheeta Auntie, for all the praise. I really, really appreciate it. So I'm currently doing my third project, which is Back to Roots. and it is all about bringing ancient ingredients back today in our modern times. And now, in today's modern day, we eat a lot of different things, and a lot of super unhealthy things are still packaged as healthy food. And I think that's the one reason I started this project. I wanted to bring back all of the ancient ingredients that our dadi and nani used to make, used to use in their cooking, that are super nutritious for all of us. And a clear example is refined sugar, which we all know is extremely unhealthy. But the perfect substitute is one of the ingredients that my dad used to use, which is jaggery, which is much healthier for you. And that is where the idea came of bringing all the ancient ingredients back today for millennials like us.
That's fantastic. So this was your idea, Aradhita, or did it come up in conversation with your mother? Or
A lot of my ideas have come up with in conversation with my mom. She really helps me bring out all of those good thoughts.
wow, that's fantastic. So tell us about. You spoke about Back to Roots, right? Your current project. Just stepping back, your whole vision for Miracle Project. Tell us about that. We'd love to hear.
So, the Miracle Project is my dream project that I started when I was 13 years old. I started it during the COVID times, and these unprecedented times really gave me a lot of time to reflect and think about what really mattered and what would really give me joy and happiness. And my dad gifted me this really nice book called Danielle, and it was all about this young girl who was motivated to help society in whatever way she could. And this really inspired me and helped me start this journey of helping the needy in whatever way I could. And so the Miracle Project is like a larger umbrella under which I would like to support multiple different NGOs by baking healthy, nutritious goodies and earning funds through this to support these NGOs.
I can hear
We
three miracles there. What you're saying. First is, you know, it's nice to know that millennials are still reading books, and that's great. Second is the confidence and the, clarity of purpose that you have when you speak. You're speaking so much from the heart, so much, with such sincerity. And at your age, I could not even dream of speaking to people, or until I went to IIT, I could not even open my mouth in front of 4 or 5 people. I love the confidence that you have. And the third is the that urge to reach out to others, to share your goodness and what we are blessed with to others, and that is so beautiful to see.
Thanks.
So, Aradhita, I would love to know how you actually went about it. I mean, this is a big initiative. Like Dinesh said, I don't think I did or even dreamt of doing something like this when I was 14. So, how did you go about it? Did you actually make a plan, a business plan?
So I did have a lot of ideas, and I think the biggest tool which helped me was obviously COVID. In fact, it gave me so much time to work on everything that I love, and I think this really helped me to like set my priorities and decide what I really wanted to do. And then I did ideate a lot. I initially had to find the most credible NGOs that I knew where all the funds that I was giving would actually help the cause directly. And so I think that's the most crucial task in all of this, to find a credible NGO. Then I came to ideating the products and the menu. And I thought it was very necessary not to just ask people for funds, but to give them something in exchange for the kind contributions they were making. So that's why I came up with the product idea. And I think my dad really helped me with this part because he tested all of my products and critiqued them till we came up with a list of 5 products that he really, really thought were worth eating and selling.
So was his role to review your business plans or to try out the cookies and so on?
I would love to be. I'm feeling jealous about the second bit.
Did he also review your plans?
Yes, he did help me with the whole thing as well. But I think the most crucial thing was that he would critique me to make sure that all the products, every time they were made, they were perfect. And I think that's the main thing. And then I came to the part where I had to talk to different vendors and try to get good quality ingredients at the best price. And I think I also struggled with that a little bit because I'm still a young girl and people often didn't understand why I needed so many ingredients.
Dinesh, as I hear Aradhita, I've been thinking, and you have taught so many young people and touched and transformed their lives. What is your advice to young people to plan or to just go out and experiment and start when they have an idea?
Yeah. First of all, having these innovative ideas, is so important. Otherwise, people are so stuck with, oh, I want a job. Oh, I didn't get a job. Oh, I got bad marks in my exams. It doesn't matter really. If you have ideas and you have the zeal to pursue them, you can strike gold anywhere you want. This is what I would tell the young people, as Aradhita is, showing. And what about planning? Yes, we need to have a plan. We need to have a goal, a target, but not spend too much time with it. Like Aradhita did the right thing, where she checked with her dad. She had those checks and balances in place, whether it was finding right NGOs, finding the right ingredients and vendors for it, and getting the tastes right, and then just going for it. Knowing that your sankalpa, your good-hearted intention will also give the impetus and the momentum to carry the project forward.
So a lot of people have ideas, but Aradhita has taken her idea and translated it to reality. And this is a question to either you, Dinesh, or you, Aradhita. I mean, what really, in your current experience, Aradhita or Dinesh, in your experience with so many people, makes some people actually translate it? What is that trigger?
Well, I'll let Aradhita speak.
So I think definitely support from my friends and family. I could not thank them more for that. That encouragement is really what keeps me going, and I really, really appreciate it. Another thing is also the happiness and joy that I got after doing my first project. Once it was so successful and it brought me so much happiness that I didn't even look back after that. It was just a journey ahead.
So were there any points where you felt discouraged or, like, oh, I don't want to
where
do
you
this
hit a
now.
roadblock?
Yeah.
There were lots of stages where I did have a lot of difficulties, like getting the word out, especially because initially only friends and family were buying my products. And while that was good, I did want more people to try it. I did want to spread more awareness about it. And I think slowly that's starting to happen. And another thing was getting awareness about what healthy, nutritious eating is. Like a lot of people are still hesitant to switch to these healthy, nutritious treats. They still want to stick with what they're already eating. And changing that mindset and raising awareness about that is, I think, very a difficult, is a challenge for me as well.
That's nice. You're speaking about challenges, your roadblocks, and in spite of them, you are moving ahead and making it a success. And about talking about healthy snacking, we can say, okay, this snacking is not good. Anyways, we have such unhealthy habits and stuff. But when you say no to something that you like, our body physiologically goes into stress. Oh, I like this and I have to say no to this. You see, and the craving quotient increases. So you build up stress and the craving quotient increases. That is why it is so beautiful what you're doing, that you are bringing in healthiness back into snacking. So healthy snacking takes care of both. So you're not getting stressed, and at the same time you are giving in to your sweet tooth or your craving with healthy options.
So Dinesh, of those four factors, food, a happy mind, and the others,
breath and
I mean,
sleep,
if you had breath and sleep, if you had to take 100 and distribute it across them, where does food stack up in terms of being a contributor to one's well-being?
Different times, different things, So if somebody has fasted for a couple of days, then food becomes 100%, or if we not slept properly, then sleep becomes so important and vital. See, but the thing is, breath and a happy meditative mind, they are anytime sources of energy, of prana. You see, food we can have certain times, right? Sleep at a certain time, but the breath and the happy mind you can tune into any time. And that's also nice to hear how you introduce them, that they practice, Aradhitta and Navyata, they practice meditation as well, and the breathing, the Sudarshan Kriya, what they have learned.
So I have a personal question for you, Dinesh. You look so fit, even at your age. I don't know if I'm allowed to share what your age is.
82, yeah. Okay,
sorry?
well, I said it out. Yeah, yes.
Do you enjoy good food, snacks, or do you eat to stay healthy since you're so fit?
Both. It's not an or, it's both. I enjoy good food. Of course, with Baba being around, I have no option. And what Aradhitta is doing, something like this is always a welcome relief, when somebody makes cookies and stuff that you like and makes it healthy. That's the best of both worlds.
I know, you've truly broken the compromise, Aradhitta, for people. In fact, I think our viewers would love to see what you actually make. Do you have a...
I do. I actually have a jar of cookies I can show you.
Oh, you make it very pretty as well. Wow. Wow.
So Aradhitta, how do viewers get your cookies?
So you
can, and more.
You can follow me on Instagram at Miracle Project 20, and I would really appreciate all the support. And to order, you can directly message me on WhatsApp, and the link will also be on my Instagram page.
Wonderful.
Lovely.
So should we give everybody a 2-minute break while they do it? Good.
So tell us, Aradhitta, about the Miracle. You talked about the NGOs you support. How do you actually interact with the people at the NGOs? What do you do?
So I've supported 3 NGOs so far. My very first one was Janssens Charitable Trust. They basically support children suffering from cancer. And so every cause that I choose, I try to make sure that it's as close to that it's a cause that I'm passionate about. This cause is also very close to my heart because during these COVID times, one of my family members actually suffered from a similar issue, like cancer. Like basically, they suffered from cancer, and the entire process was really moving for me, and it helped me empathize with the families of cancer patients, and it really got me thinking about how they must feel, and it made me realize that I really want to support them and help them in whatever way that I could to ensure that to maybe ease their pain to the best that I could, and which is why I chose to support Anjise. And I successfully did support them and help these children in whatever way that I could. My second project was with the Adayaan Shalini Foundation, or USF. This was they basically empower young girls and allow them to pursue their higher education. And again, this is a cause that was very, very special to me, because a lot of my ideas, my inspiration, and my motivation come from my school and the education and opportunities that have been given to me. And I'm very grateful that BIS has been so supportive and so encouraging through all of this. And I think I would it would really, really make me happy if I could give someone else that chance to pursue their dreams and do whatever I could to help them get get their education. And I also think that in our country, there is a very large gender gap, especially in terms of education. A lot of, in the rural areas, especially, a lot of parents don't think that they need to invest money in in their daughters' higher education. And I think, which is why when these girls are so passionate and so hardworking and they're ready to learn so much, that they really do deserve the opportunity to empower themselves and their family, and eventually that will help our country as well.
That's
Wow.
beautiful. So, how do you feel, Aradhita, having done all of this?
So I'll give you one example of how I interacted with these girls. I very recently held an art class for them, where I taught them how to do pencil sketching, around 40 of the girls from the USF Foundation. And I really, really enjoyed the experience. And I think it was something where I learned a lot as well, because before I went into the course, I was actually not sure how they would take to it, whether they would be able to understand what I was showing them, or what the end results would be. But I was so surprised to see how well it turned out. They are actually extremely super talented, and they did an amazing job. I think they could like have surpassed like my drawing itself. And I think it was, and the feeling that I got after that was like this undescribable amount of joy and happiness that I don't think anything else could have given me.
Wow.
That is so
Dinesh,
true.
it's
Yeah. No, the joy that you get by sharing or giving is unparalleled. You can buy stuff and go shopping and get things for yourself, but that is okay, limited joy. When you share, and that is so fulfilling, really.
and can we ask your mother, Aradhita, how she feels?
Yeah, you said your dad's role in the whole project. Your mom has always been by your side, just like now.
What do I say? I feel like I'm a very proud mother. It's amazing to see Radhita flourish into the amazing girl she's becoming, so compassionate, so kind, and so genuine. She does everything from the heart, and it's been amazing seeing this. But I have to tell you, I think a little bit to what Dinesh was saying. I think it's actually a problem with us adults, right? I think we overthink and overanalyze things. So when Aradhita came to me and said, "Mom, I have time right now. I want to do this project. I want to support an NGO." I said, "You're too small, and there's too much work involved, and there's so much time commitment, and with COVID, the delivery problems, and I mean there are a wide range of things that you have to think and deal with. So I won't say I discouraged her, but my over analytical mind sort of took over, and I said, no, 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 Radhita, I think this is a bit much. But I have to confess, just seeing the determination she had, she said, "Mom, it's fine. Even if I can sell 10 jars, we'll make a little money to support one child. And it's okay. I don't want it to be very big, but let's just start." And Dinesh, little to what you were saying, I think it's very important for us parents to just support our children in their dreams. And I mean, I always believed in her, but not to overthink things and just let them fly. And I think our kids have the capability to fly and make us all proud. So
Wow. But it's also what you did was you gave her a reality check. How do you do the deliveries in these times and all that. That was also necessary, along with the support that you gave.
I think Dinesh, as a mother, I think what we can do is just be there for our children, not only physically but mentally and emotionally. So there were times when the orders didn't come in, and she'd wait for a day, and she'd say, "Mom, orders aren't coming in," and then you just say, "Don't worry, it'll all come through." And then 2 weeks later, she'd have a big order.
Mm.
At that time, I was to pat her on the back and say, "Don't get overexcited." Uh, like you say in Art of Living, that there's a highs and lows, and you have to be
Right.
so. So I think that's the job of a parent, to just be there for our children, and like I said, let them fly.
Right.
So, what is your next project, Aradhitta?
So, my next project is, I think, going to be during the Diwali times, because now school is going to start for me in ninth grade, and the workload will pick up. But I definitely want to do something in Diwali, and I have been trying to upskill myself as much as possible during COVID. And I learned another type of art called resin, where I learned how to make these really nice cake trays. And I would like to do something along those lines for Diwali, like a hamper, and maybe like a healthy dessert with it, with the cake tray. And I think that would be something that I would want to do.
I hope I'm
Wow.
back to India by then. So.
We'll send you pictures, Nisheeta, of us enjoying Aradhitta streets. But it's so nice, Gurudev says how you need to be serene within and dynamic outside. And you are a picture of that, Aradhitta. So how has meditation helped? Navyata, Aradhitta, question for you both.
Um, Dinesh, when I came to you all, I'm still an anxious person, but I was anxious. But I think, what is lovely with the Sudarshan Kriya is that
Mhm.
um, it just, I mean, while I'm doing it, it just gives me an undescribable sort of peace, which otherwise the mind is so active, right? Always thinking, always planning, always overacting. But I think with the Sudarshan Kriya has helped me. I'm going to confess I don't do it as regularly as I'd like to, but thankfully with the online class, it's amazing. Every Thursday we're in class with Nishita, and it's really, I think my husband would say it too, that it's helped calm me down. Radhita would say it. I think it's helped as a mother, as a wife, and it's amazing. And I think, of course, Radhita can talk about her experience, but I want to say that we should. I won't say push our children, but we should guide our children. Like when I did the course, and it really helped me. I said to Aradhita, I said, try it out. I'm not saying it's good or bad. Just try it out and see if you'd want to. And she's like, Mom, but I'm young. And I said, no, it's fine. They have such amazing courses for young children too. My younger kids have also done the course, by the way, who are
Mhm.
8 and 10. But the good thing with Aradhita is she listens and she respects what I'm saying. And she tried it out. And of course, she can share her experience with you. But I can tell you as a mother, what I find amazing is, again, with school work and everything, she doesn't do it as regularly as she'd like. But she has made it a habit. It's set in stone that when I have an exam, before that, Aradhita is missing in action. If the exam is at 2 o'clock, from 1 o'clock, Aradhita is missing in action because she's and she's meditating. And I asked her, I said, so why do you do this? What is helping you? And she's saying, Mom, it just calms me down. It lets my mind be peaceful. And then I can sit for my exam calm without worrying. Let's think about this answer. Let's revise this. Let's revise that. No, I've done what I had to until I could. Now the next hour, I'm just going to be in this happy, like you say, happy meditative state.
Mm.
And I think that really helps her with her exams. And she's been doing, I mean, touch with God's grace, she's been doing phenomenally well. So I think somewhere the art of living is also helping her get the grades that she's been getting in school.
Wow. Your comments, Aradhita?
So I think that it really, really does help me. Like Mom said, I can't sit for an exam without doing, and it really calms me down, and it allows me to recollect everything that I had learned when I am writing the paper, without worrying it about what I had revised before the paper. And that allows me to concentrate and focus much, much better. And I think I owe it to Art of Living to it has really helped me do well in all of my papers. And another thing that I think it has done for me is it has boosted my confidence for sure. I don't think I would have been able to do this if it wasn't for the confidence that I have started gaining slowly, slowly.
So wonderful to hear that. No,
And I think,
I
Dinesh, what
was just addressing. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, Navita.
I think she's of course it's helped her so much that in fact we were discussing in fact just last night
Mm.
that the girls she supports at the Udayaan and Shalini Foundation. We are still thinking about it, but she wants to do a little bit to even ask those girls because it's helped Aradhita so much. She was saying, "Mom, why can't I maybe put it up with the foundation and perhaps ask them if those girls also would be interested in doing the Sudarshan Kriya throughout."
That is brilliant. That's such a holistic help because you're supporting them financially, socially, also spiritually, so that they are empowered to take on the challenges that life is going to throw at them. You see, that's beautiful. It's like preparing them for life. So I was just sharing that I had this many courses with our top sports people of India, and just the other day I conducted a follow up for them, and they were also saying the same thing. In the best of their matches, it's more than the physical aspect; it is the mental game that works.
Absolutely.
Just like you were sharing in your exams, it's the mind game, and if you can sort of train your mind to be calm and clear at those times, then you have won the battle. And what Navita, you were sharing, you have shared it with your mom as well as your daughter and your children. And well, your Aradhita took to it easily. And well, mom sometimes doesn't. That's okay. But that's the beauty, we share whatever we have enjoyed. I have Aradhita's cookies and I like it. I will share it with my friends and family. I see a nice movie and I share it with, put it on Insta, put a story or a post, and talk about it. Similarly, when somebody enjoys meditation, we share that. Nice to know you're doing that. We will see how we can help the girls or the NGOs that you're working with, and how they can tie up with the Art of Living and take this process much further.
So, Aradhita, will you tell us a little bit about the third NGO?
So, for my current project, I'm supporting the Helping Hands Foundation, and they basically support orphan children. Now, again, during these tough COVID times, there has been a high increase in the rate of farmer suicide, and it this is obviously very tragic for their families and especially their children, and who are often left at orphanages. And I think a lot of my motivation and support obviously comes from my parents and from my family. And I can't imagine where I would be today if it wasn't for their constant encouragement. And so I think these children also need someone to support them and to be there for them. And I think, which is why I chose this course. So I want to help them in whichever way that I can to maybe in their education or to get food on their table so that they can live a happy life just as all of us do, and they can have the support and encouragement that they deserve to pursue whatever they wish to.
That's so lovely. Once in Art of Living, we had in some place, I think Gujarat, some place, and then we replicated it elsewhere. Small orphanages that we were working with, we connected them with the old age homes. No, so all the elderly, the people, they would love spending time with the children. The children would love hearing from the elders, and it was such a beautiful connect that happened there. So it's nice you're talking about the farmer suicides. It's so unfortunate. After every meal in Art of Living, especially, we say Annadatta Sukhi Bhava. Someone who has brought this food, may they be happy. Because if they are happy, the happier food will come to our plates. We will become happy, the people who eat it. And we need to help our farmers and all these people. And well, you're doing that. Wonderful.
And since there's been so much talk about in closing about exams and just one's frame of mind, Dinesh, you and Baba have written a full book, Ready Steady Go. One message from that book.
So we talk about how in our heads we carry 100 billion neurons. That's a lot of hardware. We can store the entire internet into our head. We have that hardware for it. So just the software is what is our breath, is our meditations, is all these things, how we train these neurons. And in Ready Steady Go, that's what we have endeavored to do, is smart ways to learn. How we can make the process of learning thrilling and exciting and adventurous. And that's how it has helped a lot of young people, not just in their studies, but later on when they start working. It has helped teachers, it has helped parents a lot. And that's why it's become a bestseller now. So I was just thinking as we were talking, yeah.
Now it's bordering into your next book, Smart Ways to Succeed.
That's right. Our next book is about sleep. Sleep your way to success. So it is such a fascinating time. We sleep 1/3 of our life we have with our eyes closed, other than meditation, and we don't know what happens in our sleep, and how it contributes to our everyday as well as our life in general. So that adventure we have explored in our next book, Sleep Your Way to Success. And I can see Elena hiding. Hi, Elena.
Hi.
Elena, we're talking about Aradhitta's cookies. I should thank Elena also, because our first order was because Elena chose the cookies. But I've become the biggest fan of Miracle Project 20.
Wow.
Elena and
Mom, can you take this out?
So I was thinking maybe 5, 7, 10 years down the line when Aradhitta, has an NGO of her own, or maybe she's heading some corporate. Yeah. Then we will have one more chat asking her about other things, but we will reflect on this time we spent together, how to have that confidence and clarity and all that logistical planning and support from family, friends, parents, to make everything a success. Brilliant. Thank you so much, Aradhitta, Navyata, for joining us, and Nisheeta.